Hello, love. My name is Tom, and I'm a stay-at-home dad for 5 children. And this is Modern Pop Thrift. I'm a full-time eBay reseller. And I'm doing a terrible British accent, and I don't know why. Let's pop onto it. Quicksilver. These are swimming trunks. They're from the 90s. They're from a brand called Quicksilver, and I listed them as board short trunks. And I paid $2 for them at a garage sale, and they sold real quick for I think $16 free shipping. Birkenstocks. I paid $15 at the same yard sale. They sold for $32 free shipping, and both those things were I picked up in the last 2 weeks. Silver Tab, if you don't know it, know it. Silver Tab. These are Silver Tab shorts from the late 90s, most likely. And they are probably the hottest thing in Levi's right now. 560s are really hot. 501XX are always going to be hot. Silver Tabs are the trendiest thing going. Twisted X. I paid $6.99 for these at a thrift store at Goodwill. I think they were in my giant cart. Made notes. Let's look what they sold for. Those sold for $40 free shipping. When I first started reselling, this was my bolo-iest bolo to bolo for. It's a popcorn potpourri. I discussed this at length when I picked it up, but people take the lids off of these and turn them into coffee bean roasters. It's a Pinterest thing, I guess. But if you buy these for $3, $4, you're gonna do reasonably well. This one sold for $25 plus shipping. This one, the same color scheme, but like the one that has the wider base and is a little bit taller. This is the Potpourri 2. That's the Potpourri 1, but they didn't call it 1. They just called it the Potpourri. Those can be $50 plus shipping. And so keep an eye out for West Bend Potpourris. Cubs hat, honest drop shipper on this one. He messaged me before he bought it. He said, hey, if I buy this, can you ship it to my customer? And I said, sure, just put in the right address and I'll ship it wherever you want. And he said, please ship it in a box and as quickly as you can. And I said, no problem. And I don't mind selling to drop shippers. That's fantastic. I'm glad somebody's making money. I'm making money, he's making money. That's making the world go round. But I hate it when drop shippers are like, this is a gift, so please don't include these things. Everybody knows you're a drop shipper. Stop it. So that guy was honest, and I appreciated it. It was refreshing. Rotelity is a brand of oil. Shell makes it for diesel engines. My little bit of time working in the mechanics field, I remembered that. So when I saw this, I was like, that'll sell. It didn't sell quick. I was a little bit surprised. Sold for $15 plus shipping. I thought it would move fairly quick. I do really well with camouflage Ducks Unlimited hats. And I had a chance to buy a bunch of them for 50 cents at a garage sale recently. And this one has the foam all over and it's in nice shape. So that one sold for $18 plus shipping. And I probably had it 6 weeks. If you're not new to the channel, then you've probably seen my Dune book that I sold for $220 for one Dune paperback. But if you haven't, look at my videos. You'll see the one that shows this book sold for $220 or 200 plus, I think is the thumbnail. Anyway, when I picked that up, I also picked up 5 Dune paperbacks, vintage paperbacks that are just vintage Dune paperbacks, and for 50-cent paperbacks, those did reasonably well. They sold in a couple of weeks, and those 4 sold for $30 free shipping. So that'll be like that's 7. What's 30 divided by 4? Yeah, so they're like $7.50 a piece, and I paid 50 cents a piece for them. They're not $220, but in a lot where I can put this at 50 cents a piece, I'm $2 into all of these, and that made me 30 bucks. Plus I got the $220 one, and I've got one that'll still sell for 15 all by itself. Just hasn't sold yet. Found this old girl at a garage sale. No, I take that back. I found her at a thrift store for 99 cents. It's a talking one, so when you squeeze her, she doesn't work because her guts have been pulled out. And I disclosed that, but this is the costume that she was wearing in the episode where this is from Backyardigans, and her name is Uniqua. And this is the costume that she was wearing in the episode of Backyardigans that has Into the Thick of It.
Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it.
Into the Thick of It, which is super popular on TikTok right now. And so I put Into the Thick of It, Oblina, not Oblina. I keep saying Oblina in my head. That is Real Monsters. This is Uniqua, another Nickelodeon show not based on scaring children. So this is Uniqua from Backyardigans, Into the Thick of It. It's reasonably rare. If you find this with the talking piece in it, and it's really weird that this one has it completely gutted, but if you find it working, this is a probably $25, $30 plush. But as it stands, it sold for $12 plus shipping. It took it a long time to sell. I've probably had it 3 or 4 months. I listed these like a year ago. I'd had them for a while. I found a whole bunch of weird buttons, and I've survived darn near everything, and I'm not happy. And I've listed them. The listing says like themes for 2020 or something in the title because they've been listed for a year, and it seemed appropriate at the time. Harry Potter. These are both American first editions, and I'll show you how you can tell. It's a little obscure. It's a little hard. You got to get in the weeds a little bit to find out that these are first American editions. If you find first American editions, people are looking for them, and so they do. I mean, these sold for $14. They're not, home runs, but they do better than just standard hardcovers. They're going to sell a little bit faster. They might bring a little bit more money. These, you can see this one had a huge fold across, see if I can get the light to show it, across here. And the other one had some kind of issue with the dust cover too. Oh, it has a big fold right here. So these weren't home runs, but I paid $1 a piece for them. So I'm $2 in. They sold for $14 plus shipping. Breads and butters. Grateful Dead, anything will sell. At some point eventually, if you list Grateful Dead, it will sell, as long as it's priced reasonably. This is $13 for a used VHS tape. And it sold.
I found these at a garage sale.
For
$1.
Do you know what he sold for? Who is that guy?
Martin.
Who is that guy?
Donatello.
Donatello?
Donatello.
And he sold, and his puppy.
Yeah.
And he sold on eBay today for $35. How crazy is that?
So crazy.
Is that a fun pickup?
Yeah.
Say hi, Mod and Pop Thrift.
Hi, Mom, Pop Thrift.
Say bye, Mod and Pop Thrift.
Bye, Mom, Pop Thrift.
That was a pretty good pickup, but then the next thing, which is the last thing that sold, was really good. But I didn't bring it in the house with me because I was carrying everything else and I didn't want to drop this. It's 100 degrees air temperature outside, which isn't horribly uncommon as long as it doesn't hang on very long in central Illinois in August. So I paid $300 for a big lot of video game stuff, and I never even bothered to test this thing until last week. It was listed for like 4 or 5 days, and it sold for $225. This is a PlayStation 3, but it is not a common PlayStation 3 that you're going to find. What you want to know is that your PlayStation 3 that you find back here says AO1. They all start out catch, or however you would phonetically pronounce that. But AO1 is the first run of these. And why that is significant, because this machine will play PS1 games and PS2 games. And obviously PS3 games. Wouldn't it be cool if it played PS4 games? But it doesn't. There are two varieties of most of these PlayStations. This one is the fat. The AO1s are always going to be the fat ones. And they're always going to command more money because they're the only ones that are backwards compatible. And so backwards compatible is your keyword. AO1 is the model number to remember. And if you find a PS3 and she's a big fat girl that is an AO1, then it's the most valuable. And I had this listed for $250 for a long time. I had 7 or 8 watchers and I went to $225. I think it eventually would have sold at $250, but it would have just taken longer. And I would rather knock $25 off, give somebody a deal, and get it moved. At $225, the buyer also gets this Galaxy colorway controller. I don't know if I can make an angle where you can see that. And video game that's just NBA. An NBA 2K game with Jordan on the cover. And the power cord. I didn't even include an HDMI cable. But whoever's buying that has an HDMI cable or can get one cheap. So keep an eye out. If you see PS3s, I wouldn't necessarily pick them up unless they're AO1s because they're finicky machines and there's a Nerf war going on behind me. They're finicky machines and they frequently don't work. But if you can pick this one up for $50, even not working, the AO1 you'd probably make a little bit of money. So it's worth taking the chance on because if it does work, then you're making quite a bit of money. Is that going to be it for the video today? I think it might be. We're going to probably hit a thrift store or two this afternoon. Just me and 5 children. So I don't know how much footage I'll get from that, but if we find anything cool, I'll be sure to show it to you. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something to pick up. I would say of these things, the things I would keep an eye out for are that PlayStation 3 and Ducks Unlimited hats and popcorn potpourris. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe.
See you in the next one.
Hey guys, welcome to Mod and Pop Thrift. My name's Tom. I am a stay-at-home dad for 5 kids. And we are headed to Goodwill. Evie is one of my 5 kids. Let's go see what we can find. I told the kids if they find 3 or less items that are that we can do $40 a profit, then I'll buy them lunch at the drive-thru. But otherwise, we got to come home and eat food. So let's see how this goes. So our first find is J.R.R. Tolkien. You're probably familiar with him from the Lord of the Rings series. This Silmarillion book. This particular large format hard copy comps around $25 or $30. And then we found Megamind 2. Who knew they made a second Megamind movie? I didn't, so we're going to buy that just to watch. This is something that I do probably too frequently. This is Flint. I don't know if I can make that focus. Brand. I have never seen it before. I don't know anything about it. Red stitching, the color of the denim, and then especially this zipper being Talon. Talon is not something that pants now use. I don't know anything about these, but it's $6. I think they're probably from the 60s. We're gonna figure them out. I'm gonna take them home. Levi found some Colorado boots. They're $5.99. Looks like they're probably $35 plus shipping. Normally I always pick up Boppets. That one's 50 cents and it's occupying Caleb while we look. So these are they're $2.19 and it's 80 DVD-Rs. And I think the resale is probably about $25 on those two. So I think we're going to do that. This is $5. If I was the kind of guy who had an antique booth, it's a cookie jar. I would definitely get it. Sold comps are between $20 and $40 shipped, but the 40 ones seem to be few and far between.
but it's just so fragile. It's likely to get broken on the way home, in the storeroom, or on the way to the customer. So I think we're going to skip that.
So these are name brand Crocs. They're $378, and they're that kind of slide sandal with the name on the side. So we're gonna grab those for sure. I think they're probably $20, $25. Even if they're $25 free shipping, they don't weigh anything, so they can be first class in a poly mailer, and they're not like they're gonna get crushed and messed up. On these Jordans, I don't know exactly what they are yet. They're youth size 7, and so they're $5.99. But they're in pretty darn nice shape, and I can look them up.
In case you're unaware, that 6-digit number right there, 543390108. If you just type that into Google, sometimes you'll type in Jordan, sometimes you'll type in Nike, but normally just that number will bring up this exact shoe to tell you what it is exactly, and then you can do the Google search or do the eBay search a little easier. Sometimes you can just type that into eBay and it'll give you the right shoe.
Those appear on the low end to be like $30 shipped, and up from there. This odd shaped, fat on the bottom, skinny on the top. Plush, no. This one's new with tag. These are called Squishmallows, spelled with an A, which always throws me off. I want to say it's E-mellow, but it's mallow. This one would be 99 cents because it's not marked up from the plushes, and comps at like 15 plus shipping, and obviously that's pretty easy to ship. And Evelyn wants it super bad, but she's not gonna get it because she'll tear the tag off of it. All right, so we found it, the thing that we were hoping to find, something worth $100 that costs less than $3.29. I was just looking at the bags, and this one caught my eye. It's made out of seat belts. It's made exclusively for Mercedes-Benz. It's Harvey brand. I never heard of it, but it was weird, so I looked it up, and it sells for over $100. So we're in good shape. And we grabbed a couple of things. We're right outside the Goodwill. We grabbed a couple of things. These shoes are just in really ridiculously good shape. They were $15.99. I think they're about a $70 pair of shoes. And then there was a pair of ski boots in there that I'd passed on once before because they were marked $15.99 and they were comped at like $45, $50 plus shipping, but they are half price today. So at $9, they were $15.99. So yeah, that makes them half of $16, $8. That makes a little more sense. So we went ahead and grabbed those, and the kids won the challenge, so I got to take them to Wendy's. So that's what we're gonna do now. So here's the Goodwill, right? There's Wendy's. So that's what we're gonna do now. Right, and then at the end of the day, we went to one more thrift store, but it wasn't worth showing you guys. I had 5 kids with me, so I was a little distracted from videoing. This is the only thing that I got that was worth showing, and I'll show you why I picked it up. I still don't know anything about it. It's like, this is antique technology and a little more advanced, and I don't know what on earth is going on here. Lasers and skulls, and like this dude's doing like slider boards, and this lady, I don't exactly know what we're looking at here, but if you look, like this is the artist signature for the piece, but then this is the same name, and that is a live pencil, and then over here it's number 86 of 1000. Foundations for the Future. So this was $5, and I thought it was worth taking a chance on. Nothing at all on the back, but it's a neat piece of art, and it isn't something I would use aesthetically. It's not like, oh, if it doesn't sell, we'll keep it. I don't like it like that, but I do feel like it has the potential to have some real serious value. Other than that, I got like a cassette tape that me and my mom used to listen to when I was a kid. A couple of CDs. Oh yeah, this CD will be worth talking about at least for a second. This CD. This side of the CD is indicative, and this one says 98 on it, but that's indicative of some rap CDs from the 90s. And so this one, I paid almost nothing for. I I took this picture and some lampshades that we were going to keep for the house. And she's like, oh, I'll do $2 a piece on the lampshades and $5 on that. It put me at $9. I ended up spending $15 on like 4 CDs, a cassette, and oh yeah, I'll show you that in a second. I was like, there's one more thing that was really cool. Anyway, if you see these CDs with these like colored hard plastic, like ribbed sides like that, they're normally worth picking up, or at least comping, because they're going to be vintage, not huge pressing rap CDs most of the time. I find it the other day when I was trying to tail end that video, this Planters can, they were selling cans of nails for 50 cents a piece at the Habitat for Humanity store. So this has a bunch of fence staples in it, but the can is fantastic and probably worth $20 shipped. It's a 24 ounce. Anyway, that was interesting. Because this video is like 2 weeks old and I'm putting it out today and I'm wearing the same shirt that I was wearing that day. Anyway, don't forget to like your comments and subscribe to the channel. And let me know what you think. This is kind of a what sold and a thrift haul video. Let me know if you think that's a good idea or should I split them up. I think there's a different audience for both, but I feel like the people who watch my channel want to see both. So I might as well put them together. Maybe the video's too long and I should have split them up. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching to the end. Like the comment and subscribes.